When your dog stretches out the second it sees you, it's actually telling you something it could never say out loud. You've just pushed the door open, car keys still in your hand, and there's your dog, front paws stretched way out, chest dropped low, tail pointed straight up at the ceiling, doing that same familiar stretch. The owners who brush it off lose this tiny little hug every single day without ever realizing what it was. They figure the dog just woke up and is loosening up its body, and that's that. But for your dog, that stretch is the closest thing it has to throwing its arms wide open and wrapping you in a hug. And I know the question running through your head right now. Does this actually mean something? Or is it just a habit? Trainers call this move a play bow, a clear social signal, and most dogs save it only for the one person they love the most. But here's where the uncomfortable part is hiding. The day that stretch suddenly stops. That silence is telling you something too. Today I'm going to show you not just this one move, but 9 more quiet I love yous from your dog that almost every owner sees every single day and completely misses. And there's one signal in there that your dog shows only to you, and I'll tell you exactly which one right at the end. If you're the kind of person who talks to your dog all day and notices every little habit it has, then this video is made just for you. Maybe you just got back from a long 9-to-5 shift. There's an Amazon box sitting on the porch and a mug of coffee gone cold in your hand. And right in the middle of all that exhaustion, that little creature gives you a welcome that nobody else in your life gives you. A researcher named Takafumi Kikusui at Azabu University in Japan caught on to something amazing. When your dog looks into your eyes, oxytocin rises in both of your brains. That's the love hormone, the exact same one a mom releases when she hugs her baby. So that big stretch and that deep stare aren't just about muscles, it's straight up chemistry. Now back up for a second. Right up until you walked in, your dog was staring at that door, and it was counting the minutes itself. We assumed they just laid around sleeping all day. But really, it was listening to every single sound you made. The car engine, the jingle of your keys dropping into the bowl by the door, your familiar footsteps on the stairs. Now notice how it leans its whole weight against your leg. That's the same open-arm story all over again, just told a different way. Handing you the full weight of its body isn't asking to be petted, it's pure trust. A scared dog never drops its weight onto anybody else. And if you think this is just affection, no, it's not affection. It's something way deeper. It's saying, when you're next to me, I feel safe. Then comes that slow eye blink. From across the room, it looks over at you and slowly blinks with those heavy eyes. That's not tiredness. That's your dog whispering in its own language, I feel completely safe with you. The next one almost everybody gets wrong. That long, heavy sigh. When it's lying next to you and lets out a deep, chest-full breath. That's the sound of a whole day's tension melting away. You're home. And now it can finally breathe. But that exact same sigh while it's sitting up means something totally different. Now it's on alert. Sensing something, so where's the real key to knowing which is which? And if you keep missing these signals one after another, one day you won't even realize when your dog got tired of trying to tell you something and just quietly gave up. The key is hidden inside its nose. Even most vets don't sit you down and talk through these signals during a routine checkup because there's just no time, and yet these are the most important ones of all. Inside your dog's nose, there's a separate organ called the Jacobson's organ, and it uses it to almost taste smells like their flavors. When you sweat, get scared, or feel down, your body's scent changes, and it picks that up long before you ever open your mouth. Hold on 1 second. Read that line again, because almost nobody knows this. A study at Queen's University Belfast found that dogs can actually pick out the smell of human stress. So when it steals your sock or your t-shirt and drags it off to bed, that's not just mischief. It's wrapping itself up in your scent, like you never left. So that's the whole story of the stretch, right? Nope. Hold on a sec. The real part is still coming, and once you hear it, you'll never look at your dog the same way again. When your dog sits with its back turned to you, most people think it's sulking. But out in the wild, no animal ever turns its back on someone it doesn't trust even a little. What it's really doing is handing you its most vulnerable side, saying, "You've got my back." And its sleeping position is a whole open letter. Sleeping pressed up against you, you're its security blanket. Sleeping facing the door, it's on night watch. And sleeping with its back to you is the biggest proof of trust there is. That cute little head tilt isn't empty either. It's trying to catch the tune of your voice, hunting for its favorite words in what you're saying. Some researchers say it tilts one way to read emotion and the other way to make sense of commands, though honestly, I'm not even sure that's exactly the same for every single dog. And carrying a toy over and dropping it in your lap isn't just, "Let's play," it's sharing its most prized possession with you. Here's another thing you probably don't think twice about. You head to the kitchen and it's in the kitchen, you stand outside the bathroom door, and it's right there, trailing you from room to room like your shadow. That's not clinginess. It's that you are the center of its entire world. And the second that center slips out of sight, it gets restless inside. Some research hints that a dog's tail may wag more to the right when it's happy and more to the left when it's uneasy, though even the researchers aren't fully agreed on that yet. Now watch its two ears. During that welcome stretch, the ears soften back a little. The eyes go small, and its whole face seems to melt soft. It can't tell you in words how its whole day went, so its entire body becomes its only language, and with every pose, every breath, every look, it says the very things it could never say out loud. And it's exactly these tiny, soft moments piling up that build the bond between the two of you, the kind that lasts year after year. Now let me be totally honest with you. Not every stretch is a sign of love. Sometimes a dog really is just waking up and stretching, the same way we roll out of bed in the morning and stretch our arms. The difference is hidden in the timing and the eyes. If it happens the moment it sees you and the tail starts going, that's the real welcome home. And remember that thing about the stretch suddenly stopping? Most of the time that can be a sign of aging or body pain, so if you notice it, don't brush it off. Ask your vet about it. And honestly, we dodge that hug plenty of times ourselves using "I'm busy" as the excuse, so is the fault really just not knowing? Or is it a little bit of our own neglect too? And this right here is my favorite part. Your dog can never wrap you up in two arms because it doesn't have hands. So it spreads its whole body out into that stretch. That's its version of open arms. That's the best hug it's capable of. And a lot of dogs save this one thing just for a single person. Have you ever noticed whether your dog does it in front of everybody or only when you walk through the door? That unspoken signal is exactly this. That welcome stretch is, most of the time, reserved only and only for you. So now it's your turn. Drop a comment down below and tell me honestly, does your dog really stretch because it loves you? Or do you think we humans are just pouring too much of our own emotion into it? And if after today you start seeing your dog even a little differently, then next time you open that door, stop for at least 30 seconds and give it that hug back, because you coming home is the best moment of its entire day.